mentality kicking you where the sun don't shine, man. Okay? And you gonna feel it. You gonna feel it. You gonna break down. All right? So it's gonna be a constant pressing, man. You still got that loop? Yeah.
This is Luke. This is Luke chapter 21, verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles.
It might be 24 and 21.
You talking about the perplexity, right?
Yeah.
It's this next verse.
Get to the point.
Okay, so like it. Luke verse 21, verse 25, it says, and there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth the stress of nations with perplexity.
Yeah, so you got your different signs. You know, you got your blood moons, your wolf moons, and you got your solar eclipse and lunar eclipse, and all of these things is happening. All right, and it said
and upon the earth the stress of nations with perplexity.
It said, and upon the earth the stress of nations. Can you get distress?
God, that word distress. Oh, come on. Okay, that word distress, Strong G 4928, sunoke, which is a holding together, a narrowing, the contracting part of a wave, a metaphor for straits, distress, anguish.
That's what's coming upon the nation.
Anxiety.
Yeah, and that's what's happening. You got people getting on the internet now, more and more people, I would say. And they always start out their video, I don't normally do things like this, but man, this and that and that, and it's like people can't really hold it in. They can't do that Edomite smile shit no more, where you trying to give a person a little smirk and like everything is all right and okay. All of that is being wiped away, man. Okay? All of the mirth and the joy is being wiped away slowly but surely. All right? People sit here and they used to have a little hope, man. You know, 2008 recession happened. Oh, we good. We bounced back. We bounced back from the Great Depression. You know, you would have where the Dow be dipping and going slow, and then it's so now it's at a point to where you fighting an octopus, man. You know, you're just getting hit from all different angles in all different ways. All right, that's that anxiety. Okay, that's those straits. All right, coming upon the nations, coming upon the world. All right, it's through the Spirit that we're allowed to have grace and have faith and have hope. To try have a name, man. When you read Psalms 118, man, the name, man, you got fucking Israelites out there teaching Christ and Jesus and all of that shit, man. The name, we need that name. That name was taken for a reason and it was given back for a reason, man. The name of Yahweh been the name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shai been the name of His only begotten Son, man.
I appreciate it. This is Proverbs 18 and 10. The name of the Lord Yahweh is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe.
Yeah, safe from what? You know, like the bro used to always use the analogy of if you're in a burning building and you call 911, you are not safe until you're out of that building. Okay? So us calling upon the name of the Lord, because we ain't safe right now. We get delivered through things, but overall, we're going to continue to call upon the Lord until we're delivered, if that be of the Lord's will, man. All right? To be safe from being tempted with that MOTB. Okay? Yeah. Praying over our food because they putting all type of whatever in there. To the point where they got the forever chemical. You got to cook with this certain thing. Oh, it's non-stick. Don't worry. It's easy cleanup. All right? All of that easy shit, all of that, all of the convenience is easy. It comes with a price, man. Okay? Like the brother, he was mentioning yesterday. It's like, yeah, man, taking the grains and all looking at them. Nah, man. Come on, the one you ain't got to plug up. I started looking. I'm like, damn, yeah. But that's what they had back then. They weren't plugging shit up, man. But just because you can plug it up, hit the button and let it do it for you, it's, you know, some things, yeah, but like overall, convenience breeds comfort, man. Comfort breeds stagnation, man. You sitting there waiting for any and everything to come to you. Now we're at the point where hella people is losing jobs. You know, everybody feed Chat GPT, feed the AI. Hey, well, AI is taking your spot now. So we gonna sit your ass in a apartment building and give you a universal basic income. How about that? You ain't gotta work.
And I grabbed the etymology in that word perplexity, and it says bewilderment, doubt, and uncertainty. You know?
Yeah, and that's what it is. You know, because everybody's shocked. You know, and they don't know what to do. But the men of the Lord have been coming out here throughout the years telling you what to do. Turn to the Lord. If you're on this sign, you know, if you are the other nations, just go live it up. You've been living it up. I was I was watching this video, and this the caption was like, this is the worst president that, you know, so-called black people ever had. And then she was like, nah, this is the worst president that y'all ever had. Talking about the Edomites, man. You know? It's like we dealt with a president that pushed, you know, crack into our neighborhoods. You know, infiltrated the Black Panthers. All right? Was taking down certain leaders. Now overall we know it wasn't that time, and they wasn't of the Lord. You know, they didn't have the word, they didn't have that breath. Okay? For us to be getting together, uniting, and coming up against the enemy. You know? Now we're at that point when the truth has sprung up, man. All right? So like it said, can you go back to that precept?
Luke 21 and 25. There should be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars and upon the earth, the stress of nations, while with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear.
Yeah, that's that doubt. Like you said, going into the etymology of it, that doubt. People ain't gonna know. They don't know what to do. But you know who know what to do? Esau. He got you. He got you covered. Give you UBI. You know, we'll give you this job. We'll provide you with this. All we need you to do is gonna open up your skin. Go on here, take this seat here. You can have all the, you know. We'll give you $1,500 on there. Don't worry about it.
And this society has grown faithless. Their hope is not in the Lord. So when shit hits the fan, it's gonna funnel everybody in there. They're gonna run to it, because right now, what Esau has told them, what Esau has told you where you can go and what opportunities you have via the American dream, that's the bulk of people hope here. All right, and what's happening is that a lot of these so-called hopes, which was false hopes, all to begin with, is starting to materialize to be bullshit or not happening. All right, you're sitting here saving up. You're going to go to school, get a job, buy a house, have vacations. All that hope, own something. You know what I'm saying? That's the Native American dream, is coming to this country and owning your house, coming to this country, owning your land, creating a business. All right. Once mass production came about, it killed you creating a business, but then let you create little splinter businesses. But like the brother was talking about earlier, how they're, through the snap, through the 2020 pandemic, through AB6 and A56, whatever that is, AB6 with the trucking, through different types of avenues of chaos, Esau has shut down the opportunity to do anything. And then you got AI. You can't sit here and be an artist and be a computer tech nerd and you want to do logos for people and sell them logos for $60. That's our market now. We got AI automated generated photos. All right, automated callers. You can't sit there and you damn near can't, press T-shirts because they got no things for that. They about to start having automated lawnmowers, automated everything, man. To where that American dream of creating a business, AI took a lot of those seats, especially the things, the ideas that they come up with. They're taking it, the little hustle that Jake come up with, man. All right, making burgers. They got machines that can just flip them out, pop them out, boom, 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 boom. All right, and then they're putting a squeeze on the American citizens by hiking up the prices and the ability to live out the American dream. All right, you want to sell food, now you gotta charge motherfuckers $30 a plate.
Crazy.
Hitting them over the head. You know what I'm saying? You want to make T-shirts, you gotta charge them. But then you got the regular stores still selling their shit at like $7, $10. So the American dream is over. You want to be a contractor building houses. Hey, after 2020, man, that the lumber prices went up. It skyrocketed. You know what I'm saying? Farmers are suffering. All right, that's the American dream, is ultimately to be a farmer or some shit like that, or some type of inventor. Okay, what the hell are you gonna invent? Everything's damn near invented already. Okay, at least you invent AI, which didn't end up invent that shit. Who invented AI, man? I think the end up has something to do with it, not in the fucking thinking, man. Just making the shit, but the point is that perplexity is coming about because a lot of people are trusting in this world. They're trusting in the shadows of Egypt, and Egypt told them their hope. In 5 years you could be this, in 10 years you could be that. All right, and that's why the scripture said, blessed is he whose hope is the Lord is. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be hoping in these prophecies. And then it's just not verbatim. You gotta hope. You gotta show your hope in your conduct. All right, by being pilgrims upon this earth. All right, your ass panicking because you can't go to school. You panicking because you ain't got no money. You're supposed to be looking forward to the dollar crashing and the dollar becoming difficult to obtain. You're supposed to be rejoicing, man, because that's doing what? Leading to prophecy. Okay.
Yeah, they say that the first people who invented AI was a couple Edomites by the name of Alan Turing and John McCarthy. But you did have a Jake woman in the 1970s. She engineered some of the world's first commercial AI knowledge systems, commercializing AI tools for expert systems, which was the building blocks for modern AI.
Yeah. So the end of, man. And the big woman's still caught up in look at me, I could do something as spirit. Not and it's not, I'm not saying you're not capable, you're just saying that, you could show a monkey how to shoot an AK. I remember they gave a monkey an AK and they was laughing. He started shooting that bitch, but he was a monkey with an AK. So he still was walking around swinging that bitch. You know what I'm saying? So you can show somebody that's simple-minded to be smart, man. If you put somebody around something long enough, they'll figure it out. All right? And so, at the end of, she probably was intelligent, but she wasn't wise when she created that AI for Esau. It's like, yeah, I don't need you no more. All right?
Precept. It's 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Yeah, so a lot of this AI is going to create a lot of peace and safety because like I always bring out is that the devil operates through convenience. And AI is the most convenient thing that is here today. All right, you can hell, you can look up images, man. Type in anything and make it come together. You can make movies, okay? Even Nate them yoking up vocab, all right? Showing you what they wish they could do, you know? And you know, if they could do that, then what's it to Steven Spielberg? Right. Okay? They got robot women, you know? Because when you go into the book of Romans, the first chapter, it says, through much knowledge, they knew not the Most High. And they worship the creature more than the Creator, man. And this AI is about to become their God, man. Because you go to him, you go to AI for all the answers. You type up something in Google, go to AI overview. Okay? It's going to get to the point that they're going to get rid of everything that's contrary to whatever their MOTB goal is. You know, just like they got rid of certain portions of the Bible during slavery. Okay? Now that's a important thing because people don't notice that, like I always say, these streaming platforms, the video games, the music, the movies, they could just shut certain movies off, man, and you'll never see them again. Judge Dredd, The Manchurian Candidate, 1984. They could just wipe that movie out, and if you don't have a VHS or a DVD player, good luck. Then you're never going to see that movie again. Okay? And you just got to deal with it. And then guess what? When it's out of sight, out of mind for a lot of people, man. Y'all gonna need a lot of sages. And you ain't gonna even be able to have that. Because they're gonna monitor what you're saying. You in your fucking room, the room got a camera in it. You know? The room don't even got a camera. It got echolocation, Wi-Fi, because Wi-Fi can read the whole entire room real time and predict what you're doing and where you're going. It can read you making breakfast and show people real time on screen you eating breakfast. Like how we'll see sonographs and shit. They use Wi-Fi for it. Okay? So the technology is coming to the point that humans aren't going to be needed no more. So now you're going to have a lot of these people going to have no choice but to be servants unto Esau because their hope is in the world. Their hope is not in the Lord. You know, and that's what I was saying in the beginning. Blessed is he whose hope is in the Lord. And that's why they're in this state of perplexity because their hope is in the world and the world is getting dark. Okay, so now they're confused like, damn, how am I going to get this business off the ground? And I could barely like make ends meet with this. This business is just paying my bills. You know?
They go hand in hand with one another. This is Psalms 115:2. It says, wherefore should the heathen say, where is now their power? But our power is in the heavens. He hath done whatsoever he hath pleased.
Yeah, so the heathen shall say, where's our power? Meaning they don't have a power. Meaning, why would they ask, where's our power? Because same way in Egypt with Moses, when the Lord starts showing his power, then you know, the pharaohs were showing their power. But it wasn't as strong as the Lord's. But the point is that these people are going to be seeking and saying, we could do that too. But it's not going to be happening. You know what I'm saying? We could do this. We're capable of these things. All right? But even on the lowest level, these heathen, that when the concentration camp comes, what is your white Jesus going to do? Y'all definitely going to be screaming for him. They're screaming for him now. But the thing is, the higher powers, the elites, are putting their seances. They're ahead, propping the Jesus statue up. they ran ahead to prop him up and put a message in him so he could tell you. Because now that chaos is happening, they're using white Christian nationalists as the people that's propping shit up to say, hey, this is where God wants you to go. He wants you to buck up, become the old school white. You know? He wants you to wild out. So that's what God wants you to do. And Trump is closest to Jesus than anybody. I.e., you know, this is how you should be thinking. Okay?
You said Trump is closer to Jesus than anybody.
Yeah, that's what they're putting out there. They compared them. They got like the Lord, not the Lord over the white Caesar Borgia over him with his hands over his shoulder, like these niggas is signing a petition together and shit. You know, because let's get that. What's that precept? It says the heathen think Esau thinks the Most High to be even as himself. You know, and that's what they're trying to project to the world, because their propaganda. You know, I was just meditating on it, man. I said, man, once the propaganda wears off, then they just gonna come down with their draconian laws, man.
Yeah.
Like they could do it right now if they wanted, but bum fight.
This is Psalms 50 and 21. Everybody,
that nigga's aggressive to yoke them up. I'm trying to find some. That nigga Dr. Man out that nigga. A little crap.
They got time for that bullshit.
Your ass out here.
This
Fucked up. Fucked up out here. I'll get off.
fucker out to find out. This is Psalms 50 and 21.
Oh, well, yeah, praise the Lord. Fucking suck up.
These things hast thou done, and I kept you.
You can't get off on boy. Try to get off on that. Fuck your friend, nigga.
It's Psalms 50 and 21 says, these things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes.
Yup, and that's what has happened. And a lot of people get upset at that, but at the same time, Esau think the Lord, the base of Edom, think the Lord is with him. You know what I'm saying? Even these rich elite, they think whoever they calling on is gonna beat the Lord, man. Because they calling on Molech, Baal. They're calling on all these kingdoms gods, man. Because Esau is a base man. He don't care about he understands about energies and higher powers, but he don't have no respect for nothing, man. He's like Nebuchadnezzar, how Nebuchadnezzar was. You know, he'll take any guy. Oh, your guy pretty cool. He did what? He delivered you out of Egypt with what? With chariots? Oh man, give me one of them.
Give me one of them. Yeah.
You know? Or there's only one. How y'all get to him? How y'all get to him? Oh, y'all got what? Y'all got Sears? Give me 10 of those. 10 of those. Send them over right now. You know? And then claim himself to be God over all the gods.
Yeah, because that's a good point. Because remember, he had that dream. He like, I want y'all to break down the dream, but I ain't gonna tell y'all the dream. Daniel prayed, broke down the dream, like, oh man, your power, that's the one right there. He's
Real power.
Yeah.
Everybody line up and serve his power.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Let me put a statue of myself up, showing y'all that I am the ultimate power because I am over this power.
Yeah, bro. That's why I wanted to get this as well. This is Psalms 115. It says, but our power is in heaven. He had done whatsoever he had pleased. Their idols are silver and gold, the work of men's hands.
Yeah, their idols are silver and gold. You know what I'm saying? These heathen, the computers, the cars, the drones. You know what I'm saying? All these technological advancements that he have at his palm, iPhones, TVs, okay, lasers, CERN, art, you know, nuclear missiles.
Yeah, appreciate it.
What do you say? I become God, the destroyer of worlds. You know?
It says, because I'm gonna get this and then get the one in Daniel's to show the transition. It says, they have mouths, but they speak not. Eyes have they, but they see not. They have ears, but they hear not. Noses have they, but they smell not. They have hands, but they handle not. Feet have they, but they walk not.
Yeah, but in these times, their idols is walking and talking and doing these things, man.
Says Daniel's 12:4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased.
Yeah. So that's their unicorn, you know, and it works on both ends, man. It works on both ends because, you know, even though it'll throw a lot of people off, it'll wake a lot of people up because the prophets are on the internet too. Okay, so those idols, they speaking now. Fucking drone, that drone come over your head, look at you, and go rat on your ass, man. The internet will rat on you, man. Okay.
They got the humanoid robots. They show them all picking up packages and shit. Oh damn, he gonna play. Well, the people that was protesting at the dock, they had a problem with them bringing in certain robots that was doing jobs for them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, we don't need none of that because they understood y'all gonna end up replacing us with them, man.
We don't need none of that.
Like, you know.
and the thing is, how these, like I always said, man, there's a path that leads to it. We already here right now, so I ain't gonna say it doesn't matter. But for you niggas that don't get it, you know, this has always been a path, and Esau is not with you, man. For y'all that don't believe, y'all act like it's conspiracy theory, but these people then took the working class out and put the social class in. So of course the social class gonna want a robot to deliver their fucking their items.
Yeah.
Because it's either they're too rich to care, or they're going to school and they feel like they're gonna be too rich to care. All right.
Sirach chapter 12 and verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
Yeah, in his heart he imagined how to throw thee into a pit, man. And he speaketh like, oh, I got something going. Shit, a washing machine, anything outside of a man-made concept, out of a natural state. Okay? He's figuring out how to overthrow you. Feminism, speaking sweetly with his lips.
Yeah.
He wanted to figure out how to overthrow you by throwing off the family nucleus. Because a man gonna sit there and watch and be on, and your woman gonna be like, oh, look at this robot. It could do all of this. It's like, we don't need no damn robot to do that shit. We got kids, we got youth for that, man. Let's say, you know, they're gonna have somebody to do our jobs for us. That's what a man would have said.
Exactly.
But then you got mostly women, they'll follow it, and then they're gonna raise their kids to follow it.
Yeah.
Okay?
So easy. Yeah.
Daddy government.
Yeah, the weaker vessel power. It was so many layers to it. But the point is that they said, Slaki, I just want to get back to what I wanted to say is that they there was a point because they got unions. The union workers create ideas to support a working class. You know what I'm saying? But you got that social class that just they got ideas of owning buildings, creating skyscrapers, going to Fiji Island. They have no intent on building their community up. All right, and so Esau replaced that, the working class, with the social class. That's the class that want robots and shit. The working class is like, man, fuck that robot shit. I do that shit myself. Why the hell I want you to take my job, man? Like I always reference the video of there was like cowboys in that time. The but they had a dude selling a washing machine, and he was like, why would I get that? Because if I get that, he was asking questions just like, well, how does it work? Well, you plug it up, things called electricity, and you just turn it on, and you don't got to do nothing. The woman was all intrigued. Oh, wow. And then the dude came up and was like, well, if I buy that, then I'm going to need the electricity to run it. All right? When I get the electricity to run it, then my woman's going to be out of a job. Then we're going to need electricity. Then that means I'm going to work for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a man's thought process, especially a working man.
Yeah.
Because working men got common sense. You socialites are indoctrinated. You're told what's capable and what's possible. You don't imagine what's possible. But the niggas that created all this fucking bullshit or any type of inventions imagine what was possible. Okay? I'm not talking about no reading rainbow. I'm talking about being fucking creative. Alright? There is no creativity here. There's only, let me follow after him. Let me show the creators that I can maintain their creation. And not only maintain it, but make it profitable. Okay?
Precept. This is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments.
Yeah.
For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast...
The abundance of their enchantments, you know what I'm saying? It's talking, let's go to that word enchantment.
God. Enchantment goes back to Strong's H2267. Sabar, which is an association, company, band, shared association, society, a magician, charmer, spell. Let's see.
Yeah, that's interesting. It says a shared association society. You know what I'm saying? And that goes into like ideas, okay, groups, okay.
God.
I'm a Republican, Democrat. That's an enchantment, man. Yeah.
God, yep. And in the root for it, it says to unite, join, bind together, be in league, have fellowship with, be compact, be a charmer.
Yeah. So when you enchant somebody, it's almost like putting people under spell in unison.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what your phones do. That's what TV does. That's what school did. That was what your parents did. Everybody's telling you the American way. You know, and you can tell off a base statement like how a man treats a woman. You know? Don't do her that. Let her do this. Let her talk to you like this. Let her handle you like that. You know what I'm saying? And it creates a mindset. Everybody is the same way here. You know? Don't do that to no lady. Meanwhile, she out here like fucking Balrog off a Street Fighter, handling niggas, man.
Damn.
You know? And nobody says, oh, that's not ladylike.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know? Because there's a standard. And Esau did it on purpose. He knew the woman. Everybody knew women for the longest, but he just sat there and studied their ass, man. You know? Probably got a bunch of whores and Jezebels, and you know, because them hoes know, they know both sides. All right? A lot of hoes got common sense. Some of them, a lot of them don't, but a lot of them, they've been out there. They've been out there in the streets. They know what it takes to please a man. You know what I'm saying? Crazy enough. You know? Women need to learn from hoes, man. Them hoes not take care of you, man. They'll make you believe in them, man.
Yeah, I say they know how to please a man and how to take from a man by pleasing him.
Yeah.
You know? Seduction, man.
Yeah. So they knew that if you the The scriptures say recognize a woman as a weaker vessel, but they knew that the woman, even in second Esdras, it tells you that the woman is powerful. And they was asking what's the most powerful thing in the kingdom. They said the woman, because she could just walk up to the king, slap him on it in his face, sit on it. I seen a woman slap a king in his face, take his crown, put it on her head, and was just fine. Okay? How you doing? How you doing? So that's they knew. But then you go into like MK Ultra, you go to Project Paperclip, they start analyzing how people act, and they gave the woman power. All right? When they gave the woman power, they told you get rid of the man because they know that woman is she's not strong. She don't have a backbone like that, so she'll be willing to do anything to get what she wants. Okay?
I wonder if they even, kind of use Eve in the garden situation. Kind of like, oh, you get to the man, to the woman.
Yeah. It all stems from that. You know what I'm saying? They do their Esau do his due diligence, especially when it comes down to research. He's gonna make sure that he looks up all that, man. Because it says that he is wiser than Daniel. Okay, you go ahead.
So Psalm 64 verse 6 says they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
Yeah, so they accomplish a diligent search. They look all that shit up. They strap certain things to you and have your ass eat a pancake and see how your fucking chemical levels react.
Bro, that's a fact. And I was saying that it's crazy. I was mentioning that earlier. How you be mentioning the shit that, based off of that book, how they go deep into researching, and he was just cutting us open just to see this and just doing shit just to see a reaction to utilize it in whatever way, shape, or form he can.
Yeah. I remember I was watching this one video where it was talking about they line niggas up and they line women up, and they asked them on paper or verbatim, what are you into sexually? And all the women were like men. I pretty much, I ain't into none of that freaky shit. And then they asked men, and men were more honest, and they'll tell you, probably older. Some will tell you they into this, they into that, not justifying it, but I can't remember the story exactly, but the point is that men were honest and the women came across as honest, but when then they put their ass to fucking they strapped them to a machine. And it was like a different thing where they track their eyes, they track their heart rate, they track their, you know what I'm saying? It was like a polygraph, but it was more sophisticated.
Okay.
And they strapped them to it, and they showed like a man and a woman having sex, a woman and a woman having sex, a gorilla and a fucking gorilla having sex, and the women got stimulated off all that shit. Because a woman is fickle, man.
Yeah.
Let's get that. Isaiah says, she's one time. Okay.
This is Isaiah chapter 3, verse 16. Moreover, the Lord said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes.
Wanton eyes. Let's get that word, wanton.
Wanton is Strong's H8265, which is shakwar. To ogle, be wanton, ogling. What is ogle? Ogle is to stare at in a lecherous manner, to leer at.
Yes. Let's give wanton.
Okay.
I got the etum. The etum on wanton, it says from early 14th century, resistant to control, willful.
Yeah, you have no control. Okay? And that's why, like, if you, because in so-called Muslim societies, we're not Muslims, all right? But in that society, women ain't supposed to be looking a man in the eye, because she'll get wanton. Okay? She'll start wanting that man to start thinking about things. All right? So she'll walk up. You know, that's why they have to look down. You know what I'm saying? All right? Because a woman, you get a woman, no, she one time towards men, they let her go out and view the world, say the world is your oyster. You could become president. The fuck you gonna tell a girl that for? Why would you want a woman to rule over you? Why would you inspire a woman to do that? Because there's a thing called, like a book called The Enemy Called Average, and it's pretty much if you set your standards low, then like they said, set your standards low so you don't disappoint yourself. So when you tell them that you could get as much money as you want in this world and not regulate them, then that person might say, I want $2 billion, so they're gonna go after that. They might not get the $2 billion, but they'll get $1 million. So if you tell them they could be president, they may not be president, but they'll be a CEO or a boss or something like that because that's what they was mentally working for. Okay? So it's all propaganda amongst many other things that they turned upside down in the society. But the point is that they took a lot of the backing of common sense from this place, man. Okay? They use desperation, they use perplexity to cause the people to panic, man. And now they got everybody in a trick bag. They scooped everybody off the ground, and then they got them in the air, living in this world. They're not rooted on the ground, so they can't say, fuck this place, I'm going over here. Yeah. You're stuck. You're stuck using cars. You're stuck using fiat notes, the Federal Reserve notes. And that's the main thing they got us stuck with this debt. You can't take some land and live off the grid. It's not as easy. You know? You can't do that, man. Where the hell are you gonna get your water from? Okay? That's why, everybody, the bulk of everybody gonna get the MOTB. All right? And there's only gonna be enough food to feed the prophets, man. Because the prophets gonna eat in the time of famine. Let's get that in the book of Job. And also, what's that? I think it's Zechariah when it says they gather, but they gather their food in their storehouse, but they gather for Israel's sake. Because the prophets are going to eat in a time of famine. Because what's going to happen is that same rug, that snap rug that they pulling, they could do that to the whole economy and just pull that same rug, man. No food for none of y'all. All the food is in this building. You got to come up here. Your ass got to go, how they got the food pantries, they're going to have ration pantries for your ass. Your ass got to show up every day at 9 o'clock. And if you sleep in late, you just going to miss out for that day. So all you lazy motherfuckers going to fall off. This social credit score shit going to fuck a lot of you niggas up. Only the people that are educated are going to be able to operate in that system because they're the perfect sheep. Women are going to operate well in that social credit score system. Well, not really well. They ain't going to. Because they'll listen, but then they'll go home and try to do what they want. This shit's going to be all over. Your ass go home, you still in the social credit score system. All right? Your ass ain't going to be able to fucking get weed and shit and hair glue. And that shit's causing a carbon footprint. And so you gotta wear natural hair. These hoes gonna lose.
Yeah, it's so much, I just want to say this real quick. It's so much that this society put on to fit in that when they can't put it on, they ain't gonna even know themselves, bro. They just gonna be like fucking zombies, bro.
Well, like that video you sent. You saw my last night, man. A lot of people are not comfortable with themselves.
Sure.
A lot of people don't know how to deal with themselves. They need makeup. They need Jordans. They need gold chains. They need something to make them feel how they're presenting themselves. All right? And COVID made me realize that around people. people lose their shit. I'm like, what are you losing your shit for? Like, there's nothing to it. It's the same thing as every day. It's like, oh no, people live. Like when you go out and you have a time in your life, you feel like you're somebody because you're doing that. You know what I'm saying? Women with men. You know, being able to control a man, talk to them crazy, make them feel like they're somebody. Because ultimately, when they're by themselves, they feel like they're a piece of shit. Okay? They look in the mirror like a dude said, man. Why would I get offended at somebody that can't look in the mirror butt ass naked and not feel confident about yourself? It ain't just how you look visibly, but what you think of yourself, look at yourself. I ain't trying to advise somebody to stand in the mirror butt naked. But when you get out that shower and you look at your fucking self, you know what I'm saying? How do you feel? Because it's just you. Everything's off. No clothes, no nothing. And it's just you and yourself looking in that mirror. You're going to say, damn, man, I need to get in shape. Damn, I need to eat better. Damn, I'm getting old. You know what I'm saying? Damn, you looking at your fucking self, man.
Yeah.
That's what the scripture says. So one wipe the looking glass and beholding himself. Y'all niggas do that in the mirror. Then walk out that fucking bathroom, go in that closet, start putting them chains on, and start they start putting themselves back on. They straight away forget. Bitch, you a pussy. You really a pussy. You a lying ass Steve that what you did to your homeboy with his woman? Not in don't just ask me to fuck. Put that fucking silk shirt on, I get bitches. You know, like niggas create images up in here because you could be what you want in Babylon, man. All right, you can be everything but a fucking man here, man. You guys could be a Rico Suave. I'm talking about be a man. I'm talking about motherfuckers that is shit hit the fan. You know, not even shit hitting the fan. That you could go on a plot of land. And it'll turn to something. An empty plot of land. You know, Esau has stripped us of independent thinking, man. And when I was going into them type of studies, the Lord put the spirit on me and said, He quenching everybody's spirit, man. Because if I didn't tell you this is what it is, then you shouldn't believe it. If I didn't tell you it was possible, then you shouldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? So why would you believe in a chariot when you've been programmed to believe whatever I told you is true? You know what I'm saying? Why would you believe in the Most High? Why would you believe in your redemption? Why would you believe in spiritual power? Why would you believe in bodies that'll last forever when I ain't tell you that was true? Our people have been broken down in that fashion. That would come to the man right and wrong. Nigga, the books don't say that. The books don't do this, the books don't do that. And that's why niggas, like we was talking about, I think I was joking about it the other day. We was talking about the Egyptian Edomite, which is like partially true, but it's not true. They had a video of the kid like, that's my new school's bullshit. I got the fuck on out of there when I see his ass on the front of the book. Everybody seen this guy, the white Egyptian dude, and what happens? Them type of people drop out. Them type of people with common sense drop out of being programmed. All right? They don't fit into being programmed. All right? Just like us men of the Lord, we don't fit. It's going to be hard for me to go to school.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, I sat in sessions, you know, I sat in spiritual sessions where people thought they knew about God, and I sat in it, and I got mad, man. Like, I got mad, and I ain't gonna say I physically sat in, I was in a conference room type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of my cousin relatives, he was in the truth. I think he's still in it, considered himself in the truth. So he invited me to this thing. So I said, okay, let me see what he's talking about. I go in there, man, I listened to I just left. I just came back. I was like, let's go do a lesson on some of this shit. Came back and said something else. I left again. I got pissed off, man. You know, I can't sit in a college campus and you telling me about human evolution. My mind gonna venture off like fucking devils, man. You lying, man. You know? Yeah, Baba Shah.
This is Job chapter 10 and verse 22. A land of darkness, as darkness itself.
And the darkness is represented to lack of knowledge. All right? To be in darkness. All right?
And of the shadow of death without any order.
Yeah, this place is the shadow of death. All right? So death is hanging over you. Death is always over you in this society, man. All right? That's why people do fucking drugs or eat foodies, or they try to. That's why people choose these imaginary identities to try to escape death. All right? You got your age. You know you about to die. Oh, YOLO, you only live once. Let's party. Let's do this. That's the ultimate death. But then you're gonna get old, so you're gonna BBLs. All right, you're depressed about who you are and how you can't make it, so you start eating or doing drugs.
Yeah.
You know,
Like you were saying, they put this image on, and then you go out there to find happiness, but you have an image on. So you out there and find somebody, and they think they found happiness until you take that image off, and now you ain't happy. Now they ain't happy.
but your happiness is resulted off that image. So if I present myself as this Rambo guy and I'm a big bad guy, and really I'm just a chill dude, and I just walk out in society like that, then the people that like me gonna like Rambo guys, like you said. But then I'm gonna have to act like that's what I like, and I have no place to actually relax and chill and be myself.
Yeah.
And that's what the society is full of. People came and sit down and be themselves. Women came and sit down and enjoy a man. They know damn well they enjoy men's company and want to be around a man, want to be protected. But I'm independent, I'm a feminist, and they gotta keep doing this. And it's like you don't have time to relax. So you fucking super stressed, super wound up, and you're looking for a release and you can't find it. You're trying to find relaxation in a perfect nigga, but you can't take off your uniform because everybody, all the men are normal around you. Every man that you're looking for is around you. But you had to put on this suit and you're trying to find somebody to match your suit, but your suit is made up.
Yeah.
So you ain't gonna find no super nigga walking around matching this outfit that Esau gave. Yep. Because he gave more outfits for the women than he gave for the men. There's only like 10% of super niggas in the world, 6'5", $200 million annually, and he's subservient to a woman. That nigga don't exist, right? So now they walking around, and they're told, and now you walking around, you don't see the guys, but you got people on podcasts, you got people on TV telling you that there's treasure at the end of this rainbow. You just gotta keep walking. Yeah. Because you know how rainbows are, boys. You don't know where it is. Just keep walking. You're gonna find it. Next thing you know, you 40 with cats. Still like, yo. Like Vivica Fox, like, you know what? I'm just gonna, you know, whatever man wanna deal with me, I'll marry y'all. Like, I do y'all a favor, and then everybody's like, I don't want you, I'm good.
Whatever man won't deal with me.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, you don't want none of this? It's like, no.
Ironic.
You're a headache.
Ironic her last name, because you're not a fox.
Yeah, she is a fox. She's sly enough. You know? But that's why the scriptures say, through much wisdom, people knew not the Most High, man. Y'all, they got so smart, they got stupid, man. Who's the Most High? It's Yahweh. Yahweh, the supreme being. It means he is the existing one. He's the one that creates air. He's the one that creates our eyes to see certain colors. He's the one that creates, gave us a tongue with a palate to know what's sweet, what's bitter. He gave us the feeling of love. You know what I'm saying? The feeling of anger. How chemicals compose when somebody messes up with us. Our body chemicals start agitating and creating anger. You know what I'm saying? The Lord created that. You know, and he's that existing one that created and he controls all that. But then we got the so-called white man that'll try to control it through his pills. He'll give you some cocaine and it'll do the same thing as excitement does. Have your ass out here ready to go. Right? That's the left-hand side of what the Most High is. Esau, the so-called white man, is the left-hand side of what the Most High is. The Most High can give you a dream about yesterday and tomorrow. Esau give you it through movie. He'll use camcorders so you can see yesterday, and then he'll put it in a movie so you can see tomorrow. You know? So it's all on, he does things all on the left side. The Lord got chariots that fly in the sky. All right? Esau got airplanes. But the thing is, all his inventions, his left side inventions got trash downsides. A chariot could go underwater. It could reverse direction. It don't even have to turn like an airplane does. It doesn't need gas.
Ain't no turbulence on no chariot.
Ain't no turbulence. It could be see-through. It could change shapes. It's not subject to this world.
Yeah.
You know? But you had something.
Yeah, this is Ecclesiasticus 18:1. He that liveth forever hath created all things in general.
Yeah, hey, one thing that Esau's trying to do is the living forever part. Because the Lord's going to bestow that upon the nation of Israel, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. When he says, you shall take off the mortal clothing. Mortal goes back to mort, which means death, to die. What happened when Adam and Eve sinned? Death came into the world. We were not meant to die. That's why Adam lived up to 900 something years. Okay? So the Lord's going to bring us back to that state. And so once we walk around calling ourselves Israelites, we're associating ourselves with that blessing. Esau knows about this. Not the base level. I ain't talking about Tanner and Susan and all. I'm talking about the rich elite, the Rothschilds, the DuPonts and Rockefellers. Okay? They know about the prophecies. So they try to keep us away from that. That's why you got people, when we call ourselves Israelites, they want to call us black Israelites. To say, okay, well, y'all can do that, but y'all ain't the real ones. Y'all the black ones. No, we're Israelites. We're the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We come from the line of Samson. We come from the line of the Lord, Yahweh Shai. Not Jesus, Yahweh Shai. We come from his line. And the Lord said, all right, we should do the things he did and greater. Okay? Raise people from the dead. Okay? Quicken them in the spirit. Do miracles, heal. All right? And especially when we get into the kingdom of heaven, man, because the kingdom of heaven is going to be on planet Earth. Okay? Let's get that. You know? Jerusalem coming down. Because the kingdom of heaven is within us. We are the kingdom of heaven. And wherever we go, when we get those new bodies, it's going to be the kingdom of heaven. And we're going to settle back in the land that was originally ours, which is the Middle East, so-called Middle East. Euro-Asia. Okay?
It's Revelation chapter 21 and verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away.
Yeah, and that don't mean like it like I take this, I seen a new sign. If I paint this sign and like scratch it, all this off, and then repaint it, it's a new sign. But it's the same sign. All right? Just like a moon. You see a new moon, but it's the same moon. All right? Every year. I mean, every week, every day. Right? Go ahead.
And there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband.
So let's go into Acts, because it says, I see New Jerusalem coming out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. When you go to Acts, it tells you the Lord's going to take us up the same way he got took up. So he's going to take us up. We're going to get those new bodies. Going to 1 Corinthians, I believe the 15th chapter, where it says we shall be transformed at the twinkling of an eye. So we'll get that as well. But let's go ahead.
This is Acts chapter 1 and verse 9. And when he had spoken these things while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight.
And that cloud, that's talking about the Lord, Yahushua, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. A cloud took him up out of their sight. This is now, we read this and thinking, oh, wow. But this is after he rose again. He's walking around in the same body that was crucified, okay, and talking to people. And he did it purposely to show people that we are gonna conquer death. I have conquered death. All right. So he walked around that same body, and then when he fulfilled, I think it was like around 40 days, a little over it's around 40 days, because when he left, it was the Pentecost, which is 40 days after the Passover. Okay, so the Lord was walking around for a good month like that. That's a long time to be walking. That's like somebody that got shot and they got a hole in him. Because he walked up to Thomas and said, fill my hand, fill the holes, stick your hand in my side, fill a hole. Right? So he was walking around for a whole month like that, which is supernatural. That'll mess, because a lot of the disciples, they knew who he was, so they had to really talk to him and walk up on him. Okay?
It says, and while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, two men stood by them in white apparel,
Which were angels.
which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahushua, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven.
Yeah, and that's the same way he came up and came down. It's the same way we're going to come up and come down. Because the Lord went up with that old body, and he's going to come back in his glory. Okay? The Lord is going to come back in his glory. He ain't coming, he's not saying, I'm not going to come and meet thee as a man. Right? So what does that mean? He coming back. He ain't coming back on sitting on no ass, waiting for niggas to fuck with him, waiting for Pontius Pilate and the police. Who are you? Where's your license? We're in pulling you over and shit. Ain't nobody in the law, ain't nobody gonna pull the Lord over in traffic when he come back.
You're in unoccupied airspace.
Yeah, he coming down in his glory.
Yep.
Everybody going, just like when they try to arrest him, he said, yes, this is me, and everybody fell down off the spirit of him saying, yeah, this is me, y'all come take me. They fell down.
Yep.
So how much more when he comes down with a chariot?
Hey, he ain't got no strings.
Got no string, no holdbacks.
No strings. Yeah.
And the Lord's coming back with his host, with his angels. Okay? To do what? To lay the wickedness flat, man. I don't know why people think this is going to be a peaceful transition. It's not. Because wickedness is not going to relinquish their grip. Okay? Pedophiles ain't going to give this up. People that's running the world with all this money and resources is not going to give it up. They didn't want to give it up when he was a regular man. They was scared. Oh, he the king of the Jews? Herod sent people out to kill him. So what's going to happen when he come back in this time? It ain't Rome. It's the entire world he's about to take over. These elites going to be like, oh, hell no. We gotta stop him. Okay?
That's why when you get in the second Ezra 13th chapter, they like, let's put our differences aside. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's too much. This is Matthew 10:34. It says, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword.
Yeah, that's what the Lord's coming to do. You know what I'm saying? He's not coming with flowers and roses like Silver Surfer. He's coming with flowers and roses for the elect, those who stood stiffly for the name of the Lord. But people that's been doing wickedness and had all ability to repent, it's on you. It's on you. It's fair. It's fair. If I got two kids, I tell them both to clean their room up. I'm going to whoop your ass when I get it back. If one don't do it and one do it, it's fair for me to whoop the one that didn't do it. It's fair. So what we see as a whooping, we think it's a spanking. The Lord sees whooping is like getting you off the earth, just sending a laser through, you giving up the ghost and just passing out. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened in Peter time. When they was trying to sell houses, sell everything you got, and give to the church, people started doing that, and then was it Priscilla and Aquila? They came up and said they tried to give up half, and Peter said, "Why would you lie?" And they died instantly, right? So how much more when the Lord come back in the second coming and people just did what the hell they want? They didn't even give up half; they gave up nothing. Not only they gave up nothing, but they lied on him. They disrespected what he represented. They say, you know what? I don't care about how the Lord operates. I'm gonna operate how America told me to operate, and I'll deal with the Lord when I feel like it. And you thinking he coming back and he gonna hug you? No, man. This is our opportunity to show how much we really believe in him, because we got enough liberty to do anything on this planet Earth right now because we're under the operations of the devil. Okay? And you get rewarded for it. Okay? A woman can walk around with her ass out and get rewarded for it. You can go to a hot dog eating contest and be knocking it and get rewarded for it. It's all pork, hot dogs. Just knocking back and get rewarded for it, man. You can go on TV and gyrate and tell people and tell your people that you got that wet ass pussy. You know what I'm saying? That wop. Get on TV and wave guns, talking about how you gonna shoot your own people down and get rewarded for it. Get chains, get golds, get mansions. And the Lord, because you don't want to go, the Lord gonna have mercy on you. Nigga, please. That's Jesus. Jesus let evil just get rewarded, man. The Lord ain't gonna reward evil with good, man. That's not fair. That's not just. The Lord is just. He's fair. He's a just power. You know?
God, appreciate it. It's Mark 8:35. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. But whosoever shall lose his life for my sake and the gospel's, the same shall save it.
Yeah, so lose your life for what? Because when I wake up, I can go have, get a woman, get kids, I can go to school, because we got to live in this life, but we lost our life. We lost our so-called, we gave up our hopes and dreams in this world and put our hopes and dreams, we set our affections on things on high, man. All right? That's why we don't run to the same excess of ride. It only seems logical. Nigga, this a nigga, NBA young boy, they revived Michael Jackson. All of them gonna be in the same concert. You don't want to go. No, nigga. They revived. Fuck that shit.
NBA young boy Michael Jackson.
Yeah, they brought him back. He can't even do a flip. He do a flip, they had to back him out like he was some form of weapon. Yep.
It says, for what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
Yeah. So what shall it profit? And that's what a lot of people are doing to this day. They're gaining the world. And like Will Smith told y'all, stupid ass. Clip top is saying it's clip bottom. But the niggas that clip top ain't gonna never let it go. Because really you can't come back to the hood. You can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't come back to the hood after you done got on TV and said niggas ain't shit. Right? So you can't go to clip top, get all freaky, do all these fucking seances and then come to around regular niggas. You gonna know. Cause again, that shit that you put on don't fit in every demographic.
This is Matthew chapter 6, verse 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal.
Yeah. So let's get that set your affections on things on high, man. Because we supposed to, this truth is like a stock. It's like Bitcoin. It's like Apple. And the thing is, you don't need millions and millions of dollars to invest in a stock. But just like a stock that's just starting up, when Amazon started up, nigga, they was like, I ain't put no money in no fucking online bookstore. Barnes and Noble's gonna tear their ass up. You know? That's how people look at the truth. I ain't put no stock in this truth in the Bible. You know? Niggas put their niggas will say, oh, I like the idea, I put a penny in it, but I'm gonna put the bulk of my money in the world. You know, the prophets are putting all their money into the stock of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Hey, like he told when they was giving alms, and he said the lady that gave her last is more than them that were rich and gave all of what they gave, because it's about how much you're willing to invest in something, man. It's not about having an abundance and giving an abundance. It comes down to sincerity, man. You know.
And the only thing about the Lord's stock is when it starts bumping, you can't get in.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be like how Apple bumping now, and it costs like $5,000 to get a share and shit. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord is just, you don't get a share. It's a wrap.
You get a one shot to get in.
Yup. There's a window of time that you can get in. And the later you come in, you still gotta, because we all working for that one penny. That's a stock that we working for. That's salvation. Okay.
This is Colossians chapter 3, verse 2. Set your affections on things above, not on things on the earth. For ye are dead, and your life is hid with Yahushua in the Most High.
Yeah, we're dead to the world. Now life is hid with Yahushua, man. Okay?
When Yahushua, who is our life, shall appear, then shall ye also appear with him in glory.
That's when our stock is going to manifest. All right? That's why we set our affections on things on high. Let's get that word affection.
That word affection goes to Strong's G 5426. Let me make sure. Yeah, affection. Okay. Which is for Neo, it says to have understanding, be wise, to feel, to think, to have an opinion of oneself, think of oneself, to be modest, not let one's opinion, though just of himself, exceed the bounds of modesty.
Is that the etymology?
Nah, this is the definition.
Yeah, etymology. It says desire, inclination, wish, intention, an emotion of the mind, passion, lust as opposed to reason.
Lust as opposed to reason. You know? Like this is what you desire more than what's logical. Yeah. You know? Like niggas do they say what you wanna do for love. You try everything. That's the same thing with this truth, man. You're supposed to have an affection for this thing, man. And that's how wisdom do it. Wisdom will treat you like shit to see how much you love him. Yeah. It'll take you by crooked ways. Okay? And the Lord wants to see how much you into this, man. You hear or not? I ain't gonna fuck you over, but it's gonna see. Okay?
It's like Charlie in the chocolate factory. He gave them ticket out to them certain people. He brought them in to see who he can give the company to. And he was just dealing with the most honest, most sincere ones of them. So they going through the factory. He like, don't touch that. Don't eat this. Don't do this. Don't. And all of these other kids is doing what the fuck they want to do. But Charlie kept it G. Even when he did fuck up, he admitted his fuck up. He like, all right, that's the one. And that's how the Lord is. The Lord didn't allow every nation to have their rule on earth, and they just messed it up, man. You know? We messed it up. Now he like, out of all of everybody, these are the most honest. You know, like he said, whoever, what did they say, Esdras? I know you,
yeah, whoever, the name of the Lord was, and what nations that,
yeah, yep. Way they witness and our witness and all of that. You know, and it comes down to Yahshua, man.
You'll find your name nowhere but in Israel, man.
Yep.
All right. I was watching this one video the brother Kasai sent, and it was showing Russians and Israelites in Russia, or black people in Russia. I say that, but it was Israelites in Russia. But you know, the dudes talking, showing their way around, and it was like they showed the Edomite, he was a jeweler, and it was like, yeah, he's a Satanist. It's like, damn, bro, like I met all these black people, and the first white person I meet is a Satanist. Like, god damn, what the hell is that about? You know, you got a bed, you got Satan, you know. You know, so you have sex with Satan, and sometimes either Satan will have sex with you, or you have sex with Satan in his bed. Like, what? Nigga, it's just you in the bed. You know?
It also say in affection, it says to do something, to act on. It says to add, meaning to, and facere, meaning to make or to do. So you gotta, when you have an affection for something, you put it makes you do towards that whatever you have affection
Makes you
for.
do things.
Action.
Makes you do things head over heels.
Yeah. Got your nose open.
Got your nose open. The truth should have your nose open, man. Well, the truth got the prophet's nose open. That's all they think about. That's all I want to read about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I want to speak about. So when Jake start talking, man, and you have a conversation, you start thinking about the truth.
Yep.
You know, you with your woman, you think about the truth. You got a family like, man, I could save all of them. You know, you're not like, oh man, we'll tear Disneyland up. Jake could go to Disneyland, but that ain't where our affection is, man. And that causes you to be more sturdy in being a builder. Yeah. All right? Because our affections on things on high.
Real quick, reset. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 1, verse 2. But his delight is in the law of the Lord Yahweh, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. You know, just laying back and off what the brother's saying, because the law is contained within the scriptures, and within the scriptures, you know, our way of living, the prophecies, the things that are best for us, and it says that a man of the Lord will meditate on those things throughout their days. You know, so I just want to land back off that.
Yeah. So keep your mind stuck on the ways of the Heavenly Father, and ultimately His will and prophecies, because that shows. Because, you know, they can meditate on laws, but they ain't really on it like that. You know what I'm saying? A man of the Lord is going to try his best to be upright, but a real man of the Lord is going to keep the will. You tell me, in David's army, were they breaking the laws? Was they meditating on? I'm quite sure that they was meditating on the laws. But what separated them from David? It's faith, it's belief. All right. There's an element that you can't have access to unless the Lord give it to you, and that element is the truest form, so you don't mistake a real from a fake. All right, and that's faith. That's going according to the will of the Heavenly Father, man. My meat is to do the will of Him that sent me. And the Lord sent us to prophesy. The Lord sent us to do videos. The Lord sent us to be a standard. You know, to raise the standard and to bid the people back to the marriage. Okay? And niggas like Nate ain't doing that, man. They're bidding people back to be a part of their congregation. That's why Drewski put on purple and gold. Because the world knows its own, man. You know?
A quick reset. This is Matthew chapter 19, verse 29. And everyone that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or fathers, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life.
Yeah, so don't the Lord say a woman and a man shall leave their houses and become one? And we're bidding to the marriage, but we're ultimately a part of the bride and groom portion of it. All right, it says Yahushua coming down as a groom. You know, in Revelations, you know, we're pretty much ready to be married. The Lord likened us to a comely and delicate woman. All right, So we're leaving off everything for this relationship. We're putting off everything. All right? And then you can, like a woman, man. Get your, like the movies, get the wild musician and shit. The woman like, oh, I'm leaving with him. She hops in the convertible. The dad as a preacher, come back. Or the nigga on Sinners, man. He wanted to, hey, you would have left with that woman, man. She would have turned to a vampire, nigga. That nigga damn near was gonna go back and get her when she was a vampire. Yeah. Back, man. Oh. No. You hurt. You know what I'm saying? Behind that adulterous cootie cat, man. Man. You know? Yeah.
Second Corinthians chapter 4. Oh, 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 18. For while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal.
Yeah, what are the things that are not seen? Prophecies. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for the kingdom of heaven. All right? We're looking for the immortal bodies. But if you have been indoctrinated and programmed by Esau, it's going to be hard for you to click into that. I don't care if you're an Israelite or not. A lot of you niggas, I'm going to say, niggas like Nate and them camp there, the bulk of them are indoctrinated. All they know is education. All they know is this world. You know, so they believe in the Lord within this world. They don't believe in the supernatural abilities of immortality. They don't believe in him coming back in chariots. They believe in the Israelite in America, man.
They remind me of the Sadducees. You know, the Sadducees, that's how they was. They didn't believe in the resurrection. They was more prompted on the laws, you know what I'm saying, opposed to like resurrection and all of that. If I'm not, I had to double check.
Well, the bulk of them sat on the laws. That was their foundation of education was. That's why Nate and them, when they talk about the Most High, it's like it's always a far off. Yeah, you know, like the Lord's gonna kill you, and it's just this one day. If you don't listen to, no, the Lord is close, man. Okay, the Lord is with us every day. All right, same conversations Paul and them was arguing about, the same thing we're arguing about with Nate and them. The laws, y'all can't see the big picture, man. They can't see the big picture because they're living in Rome still. They're waiting on that annual feedback, that tax break. They're waiting on that feast. They're waiting on who's going to get crowned. Okay? And then they're going to do their exposes by showing up to the next rally of an event. Anytime somebody get beat up or jumped, you walking, marching out there, this nigga was a fucking carjacker and shit. You marching because it was a nigga. Christ! Yelling out Christ's name. Fucking evil, man. Yeah. Self-serving, man.
I want to say, yeah, the Sadducees, they was more on the Torah, so the laws and all of that, and they rejected the supernatural. You know, so they, like you said, not into them, but you just saying some people, they don't really put forth, they don't give the Lord his credit with the power that he did, man, the power that he has.
Yeah, which is why Paul spoke on the resurrection to throw the Pharisees and Sadducees off. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's something to back that Satan, you know.
Back in 2 Corinthians 4:18, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. So all these things that we're living in right now, this world is going to pass away, you know, and everything that we care about within it, everything in this society is going to pass away, and that's why our mind should be set on the kingdom, you know. As the brother was saying, that's why
I didn't want that moment at the trigger of the eye. Okay.
So 1 Corinthians chapter 15. 1 Corinthians 15 and verse 50. It says, now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High, neither doth corruption inherit incorruption.
Yeah, and that incorruption is talking about these bodies, not this body, because these bodies are everlasting chains of darkness. All right, ain't nobody talking about going to hell and being in chains and the chains hot as hell. Yeah, you know, like no. It's talking about being in these bodies that's subject unto sin, man. Okay.
It says, behold, I shew you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed.
Yeah, and that sleep goes back into dying. Okay, some of us, because the dead in Yahushua shall rise first. Okay, and then because Lazarus was asleep. Okay, and then the Lord said plain, yeah, he's dead. Because niggas was talking shit. Like, yeah, he's dead, bro. But I'm gonna bring him back, man. I told y'all he was asleep because y'all couldn't get the fact that this is just sleep. I ain't dead. He look at his pulse. It's like, yeah, he's dead. That's the term y'all use, but he's just asleep. Y'all don't get it. You know? And he can reanimate. And Esau's trying to get that same power to try to reanimate people, man.
Like you said, we wasn't meant to die, you know? So it's like, it's not like he's gone forever type. There's a situation right now.
Yeah, because sleep is the cousin of death. That's the closest you're going to get to it. You know? By being living. So if we don't die, then that's the closest we're going to get to death is sleeping. You know?
It says, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall all be changed.
Yeah, so the dead shall be raised incorruptible. This means talking about the literal dead, you know, rising out of the graves. You know, well, they're going to be beamed up first. They ain't going to be like Night of the Living Dead and shit. Jake is going to get beamed up, man. You know what I'm saying? And the body's going to raise up corruptible to incorruptible. Okay? It's like Yahushua's body was raised up, transfigured, you know? Because a lot of those brothers are resting right now, waiting on us to finish the course. All right? Those that remain are more blessed than those that were taken. Second Ezra or the 13th chapter.
That part of it. This is 1 Thessalonians 4 and 13. But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, that ye sorrow not, even as others which have no hope. For if we believe that Yahushua died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Yahushua will the Most High bring with them.
Yeah, see? So the Lord's going to, then Yahushua shall rise first, and don't worry about them. Because there's beloved brothers that pass. You know, in the past and recent, there's another thing that the 144,000. You know, those brothers that passed in the truth are part of the 144,000. Those brothers that were in different times and ages. Abba Bivens, Masha, you know, times before that. All right? There's brothers that you know, Nat Turner, you know. There's people the people that fought in that Turner, man. You know, there's people in ages and times that held on, man. That didn't bow the knee to the image of Baal, man. Okay?
It says, for this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of the Most High, and the dead in Hamashiach shall rise first.
That's right. So it's not like they been did it. When the Lord come back, he gonna take them up, but we gotta wait.
I got
You know?
Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord.
And that's when we're gonna come down from heaven. New Jerusalem's gonna come down from heaven after that. Okay? And that's beyond the teachings of Esau, man. Esau don't teach you that you could live again unless he do it. How do we know? Because he'll sit there and tell you aliens made the fucking pyramids before he'll tell you a human did it, because he don't want to believe that. Like when you get into Esau's research, it's just him digging into shit enough to say, like I was looking up something and he said, man, that's not true. It says that like the Bible says 100,000 people. And then he'll say that, well, that's not true because in this certain time, it's always been this amount of people that stayed there. It's like, nigga, you wasn't there. Like, niggas, you can't even say, Esau don't even got the ability to say how many niggas live here. Because everybody don't sign up for shit. Yeah. You know?
Doing that stuff census.
How much more than when there wasn't a census and all that? You know? Or they ain't count certain people because they were poor or all kind of shit. Armies being without, all kind of, you wasn't there. You know that metric system? That's why we stick to the scriptures. The scriptures say it was 50,000, it was 50,000, 90,000, 90,000. But they like to play that shit on the Arabs a lot and say they like to exaggerate their numbers. You know? Whether it's true or not, you gotta filter through the scriptures. So when they say, oh man, yeah, man, it was 200,000. Scripture says 180. I ain't thinking about lying. Esau just don't want you to know that the niggas is getting them type of armies up. You know? But that it. So with that being said, we give all praises unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash.
Double honor to our apostles who are elders who rule well. Blessed salutation, brothers out there teaching and doing truth sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.
Always like to check and see what time.